guys. Welcome to the Thursday live broadcast on all things motherhood and parenting and creating a beautiful, loving, connected relationship with your kid. I'm Honor Janetsky. I am the founder of this group of my program, Awaken Motherhood, and I'm here every Thursday, for the most part, every Thursday, offering you insights and strategies and techniques that I've been using with my clients over the last 20 years as a trauma therapist and now motherhood coach. And I'm just really excited for this topic today. We've got a workshop coming up starting June 23rd. It is another live 5-day, completely free workshop, live class, intensive, all the things where we're going to dive into some questions that came up in the last sessions that I hosted. If you are a mom who has a kid with big emotions, who's fiery, who is persistent, strong willed, um, pushes your buttons, pushes your boundaries, if you have a hard time knowing how to help your child manage their intensities, their big emotions, then stay tuned today. We're going to talk a little bit about that. So, during the last Peaceful Parenting workshop, a lot of parents were asking, how do I know if my child is spirited or if they're strong willed or something else, highly sensitive or something else? And I think the bigger question is, how do I help my child with their particular needs, temperament, and personality? And I want to just begin right there. I'm going to share with you a little bit about kind of how kids show up who are really struggling to regulate their emotions, and also some of the big game changers that my clients learn how to do that will take the relationship or the parenting um, from tense and strained and kind of inflamed, irritated between a mom and their kiddo to respect, connection, understanding, and calm. And if you're a mom who has tried, a number of things, you've listened to podcasts and read the Dan Siegel books, and you have tried to implement the more conscious parenting approach, and your kid is still bringing it, still delivering moments where their behaviors are too much for you. You don't know what to do with them. It's taking them a long time to calm themselves down. When they get escalated, you get escalated. Kind of everyone spins out, or it sort of goes from 0 to 60 quickly. And then there's a family tantrum or family meltdown, as I like to call it. Raise your hand. Any of these things happening for you as you watch this? I do want to know. So say yes or say me in the comments below this video. And so let's start there. If you are feeling really stuck and you can tell that this is more than a phase, this is not my kid. A lot of times how it feels is, why is this kid being so unreasonable? And from our perspective, it seems like they're being unreasonable or they're exaggerating or they're being so stubborn. Parents will say, this kid is so stubborn, like me. Stubborn is just another word for strong willed, but it's a little bit more judgmental. Usually we mean it with kind of a negative feeling attached. Um, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I love, love, love when a child knows what they want. And I love when a child is clear about communicating what they want. That's a double-edged sword, though, because if you don't have a wallflower for a child, if you have a child who is fierce, who's determined, who's persistent, who doesn't give up, it can really exhaust you. It can wear you down if you don't know how to cut through that and speak to the root cause of that behavior. Now, this is something that we get into in the peaceful parenting sessions, in the 5-day live workshop sessions. And you can sign up I'll drop the link. Actually, I'll do it now. Those of you who are ready, like this is me, and I really do want to, I really do want to be there. I'm just going to drop the link in the comments now, and then tell me if you can see it. Okay, just hit the like button. If this goes through, it's giving me a tricky view. I can't. It's actually like eating the comments as I drop them in. Facebook Live has gotten kind of weird. Okay, I can't see anything. Anyways, click the like. Let me know if you can see that. That's the link to register, the one I just dropped in. Um, okay, so if any of these things are going on for you, what you need to understand is kids who are acting out in these ways, who are really intense, they have a hard time calming down. They can't, they like, seems like they aren't even trying to manage their emotions. And you may have tried to say, take a deep breath, or let's take a break, or step back. And you're feeling kind of, elevated and escalated yourself. Like, oh my God, I hope they don't make a scene. Oh my God, we have to leave the house in 5 minutes. This is not happening. And you feel your stress rising while they are escalating. Recipe for disaster, right? What's going to happen is the connection between you will break down, and you will eventually get mad at them for costing you your day, your schedule, your time, your energy, all the things. Because let's face it, you're a person with needs too. You have needs. You are a whole person separate from them. It can't be all about them. It can't be. Your life would turn into just a vacuum of nothingness if it was always all about them. You need to be able to know your needs and meet your needs too. And when kids are sucking all of the life out of the family, all the attention from you, all the energy from parents, siblings get left behind, you feel really empty. And that you can hear, those are not the building blocks of a strong, healthy relationship for you with your child. It works against that. It's also not a recipe for your child to thrive out in the world once they leave home. If they're not developing and learning the skills and how to manage what they feel, know what they feel, manage what they feel, work with it, and still be able to kind of move through obstacles, solve problems, move toward what they want, they're going to have a really hard time. Kids who are highly sensitive, kids who are strong willed or spirited tend to struggle more than others with these things, like problem solving, like regulating their emotions and their behaviors, like slowing down to think through something. They fly off the handle more or withdraw and shut down more. And we don't want that for our kids. We want them to be able to know themselves, work with themselves, and be kind and supportive of others, not be like self-absorbed assholes, basically. And so, 2-year olds are they're in that phase. Three-year olds, 4-year olds. Okay. You may feel like your little toddler is just a total self-absorbed assholes, but that's appropriate. That's developmentally appropriate. And what we want is around 5, 6, 7, 8 to start seeing the results of them being able to be aware of others, show kindness, show empathy, show compassion, care, concern, all these things. And if you're not seeing those things, I really would get your booty to the workshop. Just come on and learn from me so that you can see if there are any other red flags, and we can address what those are, and I can help you to understand what's needed for you and for your child to get on the right path. If they're younger, if they're a teenager and it really does feel like they're isolating in their room, they're withdrawing, they're pushing away from you, you kind of don't know what's going on in their lives. Could it just be a natural um, kind of separation as they move into and toward college, moving out, moving away from you, independence? It could be, it can be. But if something in your intuition tells you this doesn't feel right, this is making me anxious. I'm worried because I don't know what they're getting up to, or they're on the screens, or I don't know who their friends are or what they're doing with their friends. Like I don't feel like it's safe. I don't know that it's safe. Follow that. Really follow that. That is something to listen to and to pay attention to. You are mom. You have known them the longest. You knew them before they even fully existed in human form. And it's just time to like really trust that and listen to this connection you have with them. If something feels off, something feels not right, don't shush that. Don't ignore that. Listen to it, get expert help. You can book a call with me, and let's see what's going on. Let's find out more about what's happening. I give a free consult for anybody who's worried about their child. If you haven't talked about your kiddo before, let's have a conversation and make sure you're getting the help that you need. So, all these things, when we don't understand root cause, when we don't know how to, like, what our kid truly needs, in terms of their emotional mental health, psychologically, what they need in order to thrive, in order to be healthy and have healthy relationships and friendships. When we don't understand that fully, and we just think, oh, it's just a phase. Hopefully, we'll outgrow it, or later I'll send them to therapy. Hopefully, that will be enough. You've missed a huge opportunity to have an incredible connection and learning and understanding of your child, um, that benefits you too. That benefits you too. And so, one of the things we're going to cover in the peaceful parenting sessions, we have 5 sessions, and usually I'll tack on a bonus Q&A session, even on top of that on the Monday following, so that we can make sure we cover everything that's coming up for you. One of the things people miss is that when your kiddo is really tough and is draining all your energy, you will automatically, and moms do this, just kind of like give to make sure your kid is okay, to do everything you can to make sure your kid is okay. And then what happens to you in the process is you slide down lower until you hit a kind of a rock bottom. You may notice you feel more anxious. You may notice you feel more tense or irritable. You might not like your partner anymore. You may feel like, oh, like everything's driving me crazy. You may slide into feeling really tired or even exhausted. That stress will set up camp and take up space inside of you because you're giving so much to your kid. And you guys, it really doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be like that. In my work with my clients, and I teach this in the workshops, there is a system, a methodology that I developed over my 20 years as a therapist and coach to moms, and having worked with many parent-child relationships to repair trauma, to repair rupture, and because kids were acting out, that's the red flag. Kids are going off the rails, or they're driving their parents crazy, and it seems like my kid is off the rails and I need to fix my kid. And your kid might need a lot of help. And also, that all of that work can happen through your relationship with them. In a very high percentage of cases, a child's behavior will do a 180 when we work on the relationship with the parent. And the cool thing about this is, when I help moms to transform um, the way that they're managing their emotions, the way that they are feeling about themselves, and they change and evolve the way they're showing up in parenting and the way they're showing up with their kids, kiddo changes. It's just like automatic. It's so organic. It's so natural. It's so beautiful. So this is like the holy grail of parenting, and no one else is teaching this. But the methods that I'm going to share with you in the workshop starting June 23rd are these time-saving, totally efficient, and pretty simple strategies around how you can understand who your kid is better, what is going on underneath the surface for them, and make adjustments in you that will result in them being more cooperative, more respectful, more connected, and them understanding themselves better so that they can then take responsibility for their own feelings, their behaviors, their actions, and how they move through the challenges of their day. It is the easiest parenting approach out there, anywhere. And I love teaching this because every time I do, we get a lot of beautiful testimonials and feedback from people who attended the workshop, even those who don't do any work beyond the workshop itself, who have incredible results with their kids when they implement day to day what these strategies are. And I want that for you too. I want you to feel so good about your work as a mother. I want you to be able to notice yourself and what you need and know how to take care of that. And I want that to ripple to your kids so that your kids are calm and relaxed and they feel emotionally safe. And you feel emotionally safe around your kids. Goes both ways, right? So, let me know if you would like the details. Just say workshop in the comments because sometimes Facebook hides comments and you don't see my links. And I understand how all of this is very tricky. The tech stuff is changing all the time. So even if you learn how it works, it's like a baby, they're sleeping, you've got it figured out, and then they stop sleeping. So just say workshop in the comments below. I will get you the link. Lainey or I will get, or Kelsey will get you the link and make sure that you get signed up and registered. There will be a replay if you have full-time work. You are in an office or in a setting where you can't tap out for that hour midday. That's fine. You can catch up on the replays every night. I'll tell you a little bit about what we're going to be covering so that you know what to look forward to. I'll just focus in on a couple of pieces. We start with really, I want everybody to kind of know the foundational stuff. What is the foundational stuff of this approach? Why traditional parenting that kind of threats, consequences, fear-based stuff, even rewards and consequences, why that stuff does not at all work with strong-willed kids, with emotionally intense kids. It just amps them up further. They just look for loopholes. It doesn't work. So that kind of discipline, traditional discipline, it's that's a no for these kids. And I'm going to explain what does work instead. And I'll give you a couple of really key, simple mindset shifts to kick off this process so you feel successful from the start. I'll give you some easy wins. And then the second pivotal piece that we cover is a lot of my clients are kind of cycle breakers. Like, if you guys ever notice that you're starting to feel or sound like one of your parents, that's a big red flag moment where these unconscious patterns are showing up in how you parent your kid. And if you have experienced that and you're like, I don't want to repeat the past, I want to do it differently, definitely come to this workshop. On the second session, the 24th, we're covering how to break that cycle, why it continues, and then how to interrupt those patterns. And just really understanding you don't have to go to a year of therapy or 10 years of therapy to learn how to rewire those old patterns. You don't have to. It's much easier than that. It takes repetition, consistency, frequency, but you can do it, and you can do it in a much shorter amount of time. Rewiring those old patterns that cause you to react or flip, um, and really creating a grounded, steady calm within you. That changes everything for our kids. It changes everything in marriage too. So those are a few of the things that we'll be covering. And beyond that, all you have to do is say workshop below. I'll get you the link, click and sign up, and then you can book a call with me. I'm offering a free half-hour consult about what's coming up for your kiddo. Let's look at temperament. Let's find out where you guys are clashing. Let's find out what your kid is needing so that you can be totally primed for this workshop. You can book your calls for tomorrow or the following week, next week, before we get started, so that you feel totally ready. And yeah, ask your questions below. Fire away. I'm here for you guys. Post questions. Use this group, please. Absolutely use it for in this community for asking your parenting questions, your motherhood questions. What's coming up for you? What's coming up for your kiddo? Let's look at those. Let's get ready for this workshop. I'm super excited to support you guys. If this was eye opening for you, if you feel like you heard me describing you, go ahead and sign up and then we'll get you the details. All right, lovely people. I'll see you next week.